the Legion side, but I do not think that's going to be the option. Even though BMG actually earlier on into the tournament ran a very successful, I think it was a Forest Zephyr, if I'm not mistaken, being run by Balthazar, and actually I think that was versus the D-Dog.
Yeah, I believe that was when they beat Snoop Dogg 2-0. Yeah, I heard about that. It was like a 20-minute game or something like that. 700 GPM Zephyr. That hero has that potential, though. I mean, that's one of those classic, as it's called, cheese strat heroes. So
look at this.
Interesting. I really do think that they expect almost the Tempest, but how about that? Sync's like, it's our turn now. They're swapping carries. That's what's really happening here. MRR gets Puppet Master, and now Silhouette in the hands of what's going to be Flensmeister, I'm sure. So he'll get to show off his skills. And as we mentioned, you know, Flens has a lot of history with this hero too, so.
That it does. The Meraxus, by the way, that is a hero that the Thai teams just, for some reason, they don't want him. Or they don't respect him at all. They haven't been picking up it. They haven't been blind banning it, not even in the secondary banning phase. While the European/North American teams, they're like, Meraxus, first pick, second pick, all the time. Like, if he's open, they want to pick him for that mid-roll. But the Thai teams, they just, nah, this hero is no good. And I wonder why that is, if it's because they have a certain playstyle around him. So far they got Moira, and Meraxus is good versus that. He's pretty good versus the Puppet Master. He's pretty good versus Tempest as well. So, yeah, I'm curious to see what they're going to put up versus the Meraxus. It's probably going to be 1 versus 1 in the mid as the lanes are shaping up, because Puppet Master and Moira are probably going to be in the safe lane, Tempest in the forest, and then on Sync side we got the Suicide Behemoth, most likely Meraxus in the mid and Silhouette in the safe lane.
Yeah. You know, it's, I will say Meraxus, he wasn't as popular, at least on the first day. We did start seeing him more on the second day, and obviously now here even. But I was expecting a lot of Meraxus to be, I thought he could have even been the hero of DreamHack, if not something like a Kane. You know, there's a lot of talk about him too. But Meraxus, I really think is just a good, very good, just solid hero choice that is kind of newer on the scene. But yeah, I mean, as you're pointing out right there, maybe MRR, it's not necessarily as popular over the Thailand or whatnot, but Sync's going to show them if that's the case. I mean, they're going to have to learn the hard way, I guess, if that is the case. I mean, he is great against Puppet Master, against Moira, no doubt, with that Arcane Shield. So I love how they are swapping the carries, though, because it's kind of making a point of like, yeah, now we'll show you how to play this hero the right way. They're both saying, I'm sure. So bans Aluna, Magnus, Pharaoh, Midas, and Rhapsody so far. Final one coming out here.
This is interesting, though, because when MRR ran the Silhouette, they were having it in a 1 versus 1 situation. But looking at Sync's draft, I'm pretty sure that Insania is going to be babysitting Flensmeister. That's my general take of the draft so far, at least.
Yeah.
And what kind of Suicide hero are the Legion team going to pick up to face it in that case? I just don't see too many options. I mean, Suicide heroes are so freaking hard to play right now. It's in this meta, like, it's just impossible to draft a good Suicide hero that's going to get levels. I mean, you never see a Seal or a Suicide hero win in 1 versus 2 anymore. You used to see that back in the days, like with Madman, maybe. There is, like, Midas has some potential to do it as well. But in general, it's just, you know, they're sticking to level 1, level 2, level 3. Yeah. And if the lane is actually pushing back, you're, like, so happy as a Suicide player.
Yeah, so speaking of Suicide heroes, obviously Swift played one of those, and Insania going to ban that out, not giving MRR the option. Yeah. They are right-clicking Drunken. Drunken Master has that potential, so we'll see if that's one that they go for here.
But I don't know. I don't feel like it's going to do that well. I mean, later on, into the mid-game to the late game, I mean, Drunken Master versus the Meraxus and the Behemoth, I just don't feel like it's going to be very effective. Pebbles, though, that's an interesting one. I know they like to run this 1 versus 1 in the mid, so it's probably going to be a Pebbles versus a Meraxus 1 versus 1. And
do you like that?
No, I don't like that. I mean, it's good versus the Silhouette because you can jump in as Stalagmites. It's a very solid stun. And it's a rather long stun duration as well, so it's going to take quite some time for Silhouette to actually swap out. And of course, it ignores the Nullstone as well, so it's a great tool versus Silhouette when he's counter-pushing, but versus a Meraxus, like, Pebbles has the lowest agility, he has the lowest base damage, or not lowest base damage, he has the lowest agility in the early game, lowest armor value, and versus the Meraxus, especially when it's Mickey's Meraxus, I would fear that lane if I were him.
Yeah, absolutely. So I wonder if MRR is maybe planning something here as far as some kind of extra crazy setup. But Glacia is going to be a safe pick for Sync Esports as far as the support option for them. So now it's
I was so hoping to see a Pandemonium in this series.
Well, hey, if they do take this game, then it could possibly be a game 3. But yeah, MRR definitely known for running that mid Pandemonium. But probably not going to be here. As they already have
And they
doubles,
always
so.
go like, he just ignores the marchers completely, and he goes for a beast heart and a mystic vestment first
Really?
items. Yeah, and he doesn't even have the marchers. He's just standing there in the mid lane with the tanky presence, and oh, here we go.
Okay.
The Madman is going to be the choice. And looking at the Hellborn lineup, that's actually a really good one for this game.
Yeah. So well, why is that? Well, why do you think it is a good lineup?
I think it's because of the silhouette. Like, he's going to have a lot of trouble catching the Madman, and so goes with the Meraxes and the Behemoth. They can jump in with the pull keys and all, but it's going to be troublesome for the silhouette, I feel, if he were to leave, if he were to go 1v1 versus the Madman. And we also spoke about Madman being one of those heroes that can actually win a suicide lane.
Yeah.
Like, he's one of the few that actually has the potential to do so. So they just want to keep silhouette away from as much farm as possible. I think that's the point with the pick.
Gotcha. Artesia not going to be picked up here. That's a troll from Sync Esports,
That
100%. So, but I mean, what do they need here, right? They need, I guess, a no.
They need either a forest hero
or a secondary support. Yeah.
They could run Behemoth as the secondary support as well and just shut down the Madman completely. I wouldn't see that as a very unlikely option. I would actually like that. I think that would be pretty cool. Just pull the wave first on and have the slap farm of Behemoth. But that's also what they did in Thailand versus Acer D-Dog in the first game, and it was not successful whatsoever. So, or maybe that was versus HPX. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, wait,
not
what?
a popular sync hero.
All
It's
right.
been a while, if anything, but. Man, Nymphora coming out definitely proves to be entertaining support at that, of course, with the teleport.
All right, yeah, this is interesting indeed.
Here we go with the dual support.
It's going to force the Legion team to send more to the mid and assist the Pebbles at least. But then once again, I mean, we talked about this earlier on into the draft. Like, isn't Meraxus a very, very good hero versus the Pebbles in 1 versus 1 situations?
Yeah.
Now they're more like giving a Legion team a way to respond. Like, now it's going to be a 2 versus 2 instead.
Yeah.
And I'm not entirely sure if I like that. Puppet Monster is going to have a great time versus the Behemoth.
Yeah, he would. Well, to be fair, we thought Silhouette was going to have a great time against Swiftblade.
That's
and,
true.
Especially with boots first and no shield or anything, and yet KZU proved otherwise. So, safe to say, KZU arguably one of the best, if not the best, suicide player in the game. So, definitely, you got to factor that in at least a little bit. But you would think on paper that Puppet versus Behemoth, almost Chipper versus Behemoth-esque.
They are going to have a lot of or they are going to have to wait for the PKs as well before they can actually initiate or take team fights. And unlike the usual sync lineups that usually have some kind of hero that can pick up an Astro, I don't see that in this game. So they're going to have a lot of trouble actually breaking the base. I think this is going to come down to the late game and usually have like Nymphora Silhouette just port around, counter push non-stop.
By the way, guys, once again a reminder, as game number 2, it looks like we are going to be good to go here coming out of the pause. This is the winner bracket final. So you win this, you go to the grand finals. You lose this, you're going to be playing Reason Gaming shortly after this series finishes. So, and then we go to losers bracket finals. Winner of that will play, of course, the winner of this one later on tonight to finish it all up. It is all best of 3, and it will all be straight up best of 3. There is not going to be any advantages for any teams in the grand final. So really important to stress that. It's actually, I want to say, even the first time we have done that. In a double elimination kind of format, don't have an advantage for the winner bracket or going to the grand final. So that should be exciting. I mean, I understand why we do it in a lot of cases, but it does take away a little bit of the
I mean, to
being
be
excited.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, if you lose this, you're gonna have to go through Recent Gaming first of all, and if you win, you're going to have a long break where you can study your opponents and you can just relax for a bit. So I think that's that's a favor, or that's a good thing in itself. So
absolutely,
it's not necessarily need that best of 1 or that 1 game up. But you know what just hit me?
What's
the
that?
Sync Esports does not have a BKB canceller for the Tempest.
Let's confirm that. Yeah, you're right. That's awkward. Usually at least want one of those.
Especially when Tempest was first pick, or not first pick, third pick, before the secondary banning phase, if I'm not mistaken.
They had 3 heroes after Tempest was picked up that they knew when he was picked up. So that is true. That is interesting.
And especially when we spoke about it as well, that they are not having a hero that can pick up the Astro. They are not going to be able to necessarily break the towers or the base.
Yeah.
And Tempest is going to reach that BKB timing sooner or later.
Look at Madman right here doing the creep pull. That misses up a little bit. The Archer as well. Oh no, a couple of the imps even get through. So not the greatest pull here from 017, but Insania plays a great Nymphora apparently. In case you just want to know, but Slap just never actually played her. So obviously, I'm sure in Team M.
Nice stun from the start.
He's like, yeah, I've never played her. Doesn't matter. Nice Yulson has started off onto both of them right there, but Slap's great player. Obviously, I wouldn't think about that too much here, but that is definitely still a point worth bringing up. I will say, Tankafet, he might be the only player to play him for this event. I actually got to watch sitting behind them. He actually went Staff of the Master.
that was a troll. That was, or maybe not a troll.
It was, no, I was sitting behind them. It was serious. They wanted to use it for the 5-man presence. The funny thing was, though, he literally had no clue what it did or like how to use it, because he actually, again, I was sitting right behind him and he's sitting there like, he's like, wait, what key do I press to do this? And he's like, really?
Yeah.
Anyways, they won that game, by the way, so.
Yeah, it brings an ally to you.
Yeah.
When you activate the effect. But yeah, look at Insania's placement here off the Word of Revelation, by the way. Madman is actually in trouble. Is he going to be able to connect it?
Oh, he's trying. Big Brother Ozzy, he does land at 017. He's going to fall right here. Bloodlust kill for Flensmeister. That's the rev board coming into play against Madman.
Wonderful placement by Insania. I think that Madman would have actually been fine if he just continued running straight, but he wasn't sure where the Word of Revelation was. He was like, I'm going to try to run back instead. The Word of Revelation is probably in front of me, but nope, heads up by Insania. And first blood to Sync Esports, looking great once again. And I think Quincy pointed it out earlier that if you get the first blood onto the Hellborn side, your chances of winning is up at 65%.
Skyrockets quite a bit for good reason, of course. So, yeah, you know, you talked about Madman, potential sure to do pretty well in a 1 versus 2 even in the Suicide. At this top tier level of play, though, I think that kind of goes down to quite a bit, to be fair, because for that reason right there. I mean, these top tier teams, obviously, they're going to be smart enough, investing into the rev board earlier on, even getting Dust here eventually, I'm sure, making sure to have that. And this is a pretty good kill potential lane, to be fair, too. The freeze on top of the tree grapple, that's a good combo to land. So Madman is going to continue to play a little bit aggressive right here, but he will need to be careful at the same time, obviously.
Yeah, that
already getting killed.
Tempest just hit level 3 in the forest, but that's not very fast. I mean, it's actually down below 200 gold per minute, so for some reason he's struggling. And look at this, he's trying to take a double-stacked hard camp. It's usually when you play the Tempest, you don't do that too early.
Yeah, he's I don't know if Quince would have it either, but I really wonder if M.R.R. plays a lot of Tempests. Because it just seems like that they're more of this kind of aggressive lineup, this aggressive team. So more of the Ophelia, the Parasite, even something like a Solstice, I would see them being more their style. But I don't know, for some reason it just doesn't feel like Tempest is that.
No.
Now, I'm sure they have experience.
Look at him once again, he's struggling so much. I mean, his elementals are dying. He's not even getting the freaking little small Goater here. Okay, he finally gets it, but I mean, he screwed up big time. Yeah.
He's struggling early on, so not good news for M.R.R. Middle lane also not the greatest news right here. Okay, sequence in the stats that we have, so they have played a couple times.
Oh, look at the rotation, by the way. Behemoth just picked up the Striders. He's rotating towards mid, and there's no vision whatsoever. Tempest does not have any mana for the Glacial Blast, so he's not going to be able to assist. This might very well be a kill onto Pebbles if they can hit the Quake Stun. They know what's up.
They know something's up. I mean, they're missing bottom, or Behemoth is missing bottom, so if anything, maybe a little bit of information there coming out. But yeah, they are ultimately going to be fine because of that. So good presence of mind there, definitely, for M.R.R. That could have been pretty tragic for them. Tempest even going back to base here. Jeez, yeah, he is struggling, man.
I'm not sure what that's all about.
Nymphora, by the way, going at it with Moira, 4-minute rune. I think it was, he got a haste rune on Nymphora, actually bottled up.
That's
so well played
a big
there.
Kill, especially if you're a Miraxus with that Arcane Shield early on.
Oh, middle lane, they're going. Fidget Thunder does block out Pebbles right there. In comes Miraxus, he couldn't get the stomp off initially. The Arcane Vortex, and actually Miraxus down. Yes, he will go down. Pebbles, what a turn right there. He was late on that stomp, and I feel like he was trying to save it for, a little bit longer, and obviously that backfired.
That it did. Well played by Cheetah One here, though, on the Pebbles, getting that shock off before the Stalagmites even. I think that was the saving grace right there, because Stalagmite takes just a millisecond to land, but the shock is instant.
All right, well, I'm glad we have the stats, because apparently I'm completely wrong on them playing Tempest. So apparently it's a jungler that they do play pretty frequently when they happen to run jungler. But anyways, obviously, again, this time around, not necessarily doing the strongest. We'll see if God can step that up for sure. But middle matchup, of course, the death hurts, but 20-4 Moraxis versus a 14-3 Pebbles.
Look at the mid lane, by the way. They're going to go in for Moraxis once more. The elemental or the glacial blast is up. The Madman is here as well.
Yeah, he's well. There's the stalagmites. Can he chuck him back in time? Nice steal stun. That'll screw up the chuck. Oh boy. If he chucks right there, that's very likely a dead Moraxis.
Yeah, I really feel like that was a mistake. Though, where was the Harkons from the Moira? Why did he not place that on Moraxis or not on the Pebbles when he ran in?
That's true, actually.
Like Moraxis, I'm pretty sure that would have been a kill if he just did that. But he was like, no, I'm gonna wait for the shock to land first, and that was a greedy option. Gonna cost him a kill.
Nymphora, I also love this build. Again, watching Tankafed earlier, this is what he did too. He passes up the Grace of the Nymph. It is a strong ability, sure, but honestly, the Volatile Pod, it's a very powerful ability too, of course. The fact you can use it offensively and as a support defensive tool right there, I think it's just what gives it that significant factor of wanting to pick it up. And a little bit extra burst is always nice too, right? So, having it here. What is your take on that? Do you like the idea of the Volatile Pod?
Yeah, I like it. It's definitely the stronger tool. You like for some reason you were just so like focused on, or back in the days you were so focused on just getting the mana because everyone likes mana, right?
Yeah,
I mean
nice.
Nobody dislikes it. So you're like get the mana tool. You usually run it with a Pebbles, which is a very mana dependent hero. But as long as you don't run it with a hero like Pebbles, I mean Moraxis doesn't necessarily have too much trouble with his mana sustainability. So oh look at this, by the way, in the mid lane, 9 shots of Harkon this time though.
But again, you see Moraxis right there, pops the Arcane Shield, but they were just too far away. So Chitawon's playing this very defensively. And to be fair, it has kind of helped keep him alive, ultimately. But yeah, he's not getting the greatest farm as a result of that too. But this is an interesting game right now because look at the GPM charts. Both Punk-Pang and Flensmash are really getting free farm here. Flens is just doing a little bit better with it.
It's because of the first blood, but otherwise there are Puppet Monsters actually having the lead when it comes to last hits.
Okay, so yeah, of course, first blood blow skill helps with that, but Flensmeister taking advantage of that.
I mean, if Tempest was close to 300 gold per minute, that would favor the Legion team big time. I mean, they still got the gold per minute lead.
Flens in trouble. Flens might go down right here. Stock coming in. Yep, that's going to do it.
Wow.
Well played by Mora, Ephemeral Forge.
I mean, that's the factor of the Madman. I mean, he can actually do well versus the Silhouette. With that ability of his, I mean, it's so difficult to land a tree grapple. Even if you pull it out, I mean, all you need to do with Madman is barrel roll it or just stalk away from vision.
Bottom lane, Behemoth going out maybe a little bit too far. Tempest in the flank all of a sudden. Has that Ring of Sorcery, no Elemental Void. Probably not going to matter though. The Voodoo Puppet doing plenty. Kind of just running around in a circle right here. Inevitably will fall. So great pickoff from Punk-Pang.
And now we got level 6 as well on the Tempest. This means that Behemoth is not going to be able to port in to the tier 1 tower. And it's quite low. It's below 50% health. I do not feel like Sync Esports should give up this tower too early on. I feel like they should transition another hero down here as soon as possible.
Well, as you're saying though, TPing in is very risky, at least to this tower, because the Elemental Void presence. So Sync, if they want to defend, they have to come back here. If not run over, it's not going to happen though. If vulnerability comes out, but that just delays what's eventually going to happen right here.
Yeah, they're going to give it up.
That they are.
Who is rotating down? Okay, Kiss is running back once again. Insania is in the base. Doesn't have a TP though, so... Alright, well that's a really nice tower kill for the Legion team.
Yeah. So Whispering Helm finished on Punk-Pang. What do you think about that, by the way? Instead of going to the Assassin Shroud, I mean, he's off to a great start here.
Yeah, he is, but Pebbles isn't having as good of a start as he is, so I feel like they should wait a little bit until Pebbles gets his pole key before he actually gets the Assassin Shroud. It's better to just focus on the farming for now, I feel. Because they have a very comfortable lead with the landing phase, and they got the Force hero with the Tempest as well, so just stack up the Ancients, and you can let the Tempest farm the Forest while you go over to the Ancients on Puppet Monster.
Look at the creative Flensmeister. He goes to Thunderclaw. We talked about that last game of a possibility. Flens likes it this game.
Yeah, well, it's a nice heads up on his part. We just talked about Puppet Monster going for the Whispering Helm. Maybe he spotted that, or he just realized the Puppet or the Pebbles is not having it's not going to have a portal key in the near future. So he's going to go for as greedy item build as possible, and I think that's the right decision because he's 450 gold per minute. That's a Silhouette, 9 minutes into the game, and he even got 1 death.
Yeah, absolutely. It's it does make sense, but at the same time, we did see that fragile can equal deaths, and earlier, even with no portal Pebbles, Moira definitely helps to set up those ganks. She's trying again right there, but this time
Behemoth, by the way, he's rotated up to the top lane because Silhouette with that Final Claw can now effectively take the forest camps, but shouldn't you send someone else down to the bot lane in that case to deal with the Puppet Master or to stop this push? Because this is the tier 2 tower that's going to go down.
Yeah, I mean, Tempest, again, he still has the Elemental Void, so TPing in, it won't do you anything. It'll backfire even, so.
This is not like Sync Esports. They are usually one to group up early on and take those towers, but MRR,
wow.
They got 2 towers this early on, and they're going to increase the gold per minute lead even more.
3,400 goal lead right now. Granted, Flensmeister does lead the GPM chart on that silhouette at 512. But yeah, as a team, it's looking a little bit better for Neo.Esports MRR, and safe to say much better than the first game. In terms of the start here. And actually, look at Chidowan. He might even be rushing a portal key here.
Sure, looks like it. I think it's the right decision, because look at Meraxes. He went for the Steamboats and the Mystic Vestment in before. But as long as Pebbles focus someone else with the portal key, he should be able to get easy kills. He got a Madman to help him with it, and the Mora, of course, as well.
Yeah.
And Pebbles and Mora combination is so deadly, because the Stalagmites, first you put that off, and then you shock him afterwards. That's going to give Mora enough time to use both her illusion and the Shards of Harkon. So it's like a 5, 6, 7 seconds lockdown.
Yeah. This is a good coordination right here, stacking the camps together.
Look at the top lane, by the way, they got the invisibility rune.
Yeah, there we go. Silhouette splitting up right here, going to try to cause some issues. Fidget stun on the wrong side, though. Madman is going to survive. Definitely could have been a current kill, but Silhouette's actually going to port out however he can. He does have the illusion here, so just going to regen quickly, and I'm sure port right back in. There you go.
They're looking to do something in the mid lane, I think. Puppet Master is here. Are they going to be able to find the Stalagmites? Yes, they are!
They land. Madman running in on top of that. The stock, the Voodoo Puppet. They're using everything. Stomp comes out. The Matrix, the Arcane Shield. He's looking for a turn kill. That's not going to happen. Down goes Mickey as they all stay alive, and now here comes the push mid. Once again, Tempest Elemental Void is up, so Sync, you gotta be careful here.
Legion team is on fire, and Sync. I mean, Flensmeister even went for the Thunder Claw. It was really greedy. You thought it was gonna pay off because Pebbles wasn't going to get his bulky in the near future. But look at him here. He rushed it more or less. Yeah. He already got it, and it's 11:50, and that was a 2 versus 2 in the mid. It was those 2 towers kills at the bottom that made this possible.
This middle tower at about half life. It looks like finally Sync is gonna absolutely try to defend a tower here, despite not defending the bottom 2 towers. And I think for good reason, safe to say, Moraxis, he is back now, so gonna scare off MR a little bit. And I don't know, MR still seems like that they're very interested in pushing mid. All 5 are still here.
They got a Pebbles portal key and they do not know it. Or Sync does not know about his Pebbles portal key. He has the Veil Rod up and running right now, so he's looking for that pickoff. If they were to defend this, I mean, Legion team, I mean, they could potentially get a genocide if this were to go wrong for the Hellborn team, if they do not pick up on that portal key Pebbles. And here's Insania in trouble.
Poor man's portal key, baby. The illusion from Moria. The stun goes off on it, too. Not enough follow-up, though, as off to the side, Silhouette's there, and that kind of scared them, it looks like. Tempest, he's running back. Is that the courier? Yes, it is. Had to use invulnerability. Going to be fine, though, Pebbles. There's the Ring of Sorcery. He does have mana now. But nothing coming in. We got mid wards, baby.
Yeah, we do. I really feel like they should keep just farming, though, on the Tempest. Get the Astro. I mean, what is he waiting for? He got a gold for Astro, but he wants a portal key instead. I feel like an Astro would have secured on this tier 1 tower so easily. Like, they would have such an edge when it comes to team fighting. But instead, like, portal key, yeah, potentially could catch the Hellborn team off guard, because usually the European teams do not rush portal keys on Tempest whatsoever, so it might come like this big surprise. They're so focused on the portal key onto Pebbles, so if he jumps in and they focus him and then Tempest suddenly gets a 5-man hole, I don't know if that's the plan, but it's a little bit greedy, but
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Pebbles double damage rune also an opportunity, but doesn't look like he's going to necessarily
look at Insania, by the way. He is doing something greedy on his own. He's going to run into the Puppet Monster. Oh my god, it was so close.
Down here, yeah, he's going to put down the ward of sight, but I think he's ultimately going to be able to escape out of this. By the way, Glacius is not a typical Insania hero, is it? That's kind of just, I'm realizing that as far as
yeah, not necessarily. It's just dual support is not Sync at all. Look at it.
Yeah, they're going bottom, by the way. No portal key worth keeping in mind. Voodoo Puppet out on Moraxis. Puppet Master, though, he needs to get away. Will not happen. The element's on point, but there's no follow-up. He was banking on Puppet Master staying alive. It did not happen. And now Tempest in trouble. Look at Moraxis chasing him down. Pops the Arcane Shield just in case. And down goes Tempest. A double tap for Moraxis.
That would have been a hat trick if just one more member of the Legion team had a freaking TP.
Yeah, that or Puppet barely happened to survive, but neither one of those happened, and thus a double tap for Moraxis. And Sync, got to feel good about that one at least, especially now Elemental Void's being down.
That's a big hit for the Legion team. That's...
And portal key on Moraxis.
That's game deciding. Like, that's how big that was.
Oh my God, they had a rev ward there. Okay. That could have been fun. But no, Madman's fine. No, I agree though. I mean, it's one of those moments early on in a game that could definitely set the tone.
My God, and Tempest just finishes his freaking Astro now when he had 2.2k gold.
Oh,
like,
wow.
why does he wait for it? Is it just because, okay, Elemental Void is down now for another, what, 140 seconds, so I'm not going to get the option to use it. But, damn, this is just so unfortunate. They were in such a dominant position in this game, and they more or less throw it away.
Yeah, it's definitely. I agree, man. It's one of those. It almost seems obvious that I wonder really if his mindset kind of changed here a little bit now, figuring out maybe it's on cooldown and.
Pebbles going for a kill, by the way, in the forest. I do not think he's going to get this kill though. This is greedy.
Oh, swap. Oh, he doesn't have a swap.
Oh my God!
He's in trouble. Mana Sunder. There's the shards. That should be a kill. Yep, down goes Silhouette, but what comes right here? Pebbles frozen, Fissure stun out as well. Pebbles will go down in the background. Moira, that was the illusion, but will be a 1-for-1 at least.
That was so late from the Moira. It wasn't his fault, of course. It was the Pebbles. He should have waited. They should have communicated and made sure that Moira was in range before the Pebbles jumped in. He wasn't. It took a few seconds longer to bring down the Silhouette, and in return, or just because of that, Pebbles goes down.
That he does. Top lane, nope, Madman's going to be fine there. Flensmeister's 4-0 in playing Silhouette on the Hellborn side with a ludicrous 642 gold per minute on top of that hero kill stat line. So, yeah, like we said, he's done this before, and I know we're talking about Punk Bang being arguably the best Silhouette player in the world. Flens has to be a second close, if not first himself, with his play. I mean, he is fantastic with the hero as well. So, I guess we really should have expected Silhouette in this series going into it.
Yeah, I
that's
guess
the moral of the story there. But yeah, the Null Stone, it's, I guess, a little bit delayed. 413 gold per minute. I almost figured he should have had it by now, but yeah, he has a sustainer.
Yeah, Kiesu picked up a Polki as well, so he's looking to do something in the middle.
Yeah.
But yeah, this Hellborn team, I mean, it's the fun little from Silhouette, but other than that, they haven't necessarily too many heroes that are good at taking tri-stacks when it comes to Meraxes and Behemoth. It's alright, but it's not one of those flash farmers.
Pebbles taking some good damage here from the Ancients. Yeah, need to be careful there. And actually, Puppet Master will come in and clean them up. So I don't know if that was necessarily even intended, but Puppet was going to end up taking most of the farm here. Pebbles already does have his Portkey, to be fair, so maybe that was the intention.
Most likely. He is going to get his Assassin Shroud now in 15 seconds. So,
they've only used the teleport once so far in M4, and that was obviously at the bottom lane. Wonder if they're going to be finding another opportunity here in the near future.
Yeah, I think it's the fact that they are just so delayed. I mean, MMR, they definitely had the lead in early on, so they don't feel confident.
Well, Madman's found in. Look at all the stomps, man. You know, he was in Fizz that whole time. Mickey was just banking on, or Keizu, I guess, initially. He was just banking on that he caught him, and he did, obviously. So, well played there. And Madman, of course, follows it up. Or, wow, Moraxis follows it up for the Madman kill.
That's the thing with Madman. He's good in the early game with all the damage he has, all the magic damage in his spells, but he's going to taper off a little bit. And where is he going to farm in this game when there's a Puppet Master and a Tempest farming his own forest? Like, he only got the Suicide option. He only got the Suicide lane. And, yeah, as we see all right there, it's a risky option.
Puppet Master you're talking about, Assassin Trout just finished, so...
What is Pebbles up to, by the way? I mean, he's standing over here with an Invis next to Tempest. Like, why is he not scouting someone else out instead?
I guess just trying to bait him out here, but, I mean, as we see, Sync Esports, no one even are close to the middle area right now. So probably not going to be the case. Yeah, they're definitely trying to bait him, but Sync isn't falling for it.
Where's the Puppet Master, by the way? He's down at the bottom. He's looking for the Behemoth. He might get it, but the support is nearby. Mickey is here on Meraxis. This is not going to be successful. He's not going to go for it.
Vulnerability. Moraxis. That's a big creep wave. Moraxis. Never mind.
Wait, what just happened? Where did they port to?
They ported over here, like above the tower, and they lose the tower. So.
Oh, this sort of Pebbles.
Oh my God! And Silhouette just went in. Silhouette's gonna end up falling right off the bat. In the background, Mickey does get the kill on a Chinawan. So a little bit of confusion here on either side.
Oh, look at Glacius is in trouble. He's gonna
so far. Glacius in trouble. Behemoth trying to stomp in. Doesn't get it though. Madman goes down. And now Behemoth will get the stomp up. Doesn't have shockwave yet. The elemental foot hits him, but this Yellstone will stop it, but it's probably still enough in the end. Yes, it is. Therefore goes down. Behemoth's dead. And Moraxis, the sole survivor. Not so much. Genocide for Neo.MRR Esports MRR.
I don't even know what happened in that fight, but MRR getting the ultimate off Elemental Void without the Polki onto two heroes. That is a disaster from side. And what happened with the Silhouette blinking into the team fight? I didn't even catch that. I was so busy.
Don't know. I really think that was your classic case of both teams literally jumping in at the same time. And so the initiators kind of fed, and then the others, the fight took place from there. But losing a Silhouette compared to a Pebbles, I think it's safe to say that was more in favor of MRR.
That was. Flensmeister probably counted on a backup from his team, but it just didn't happen. Pebbles ran over a Word of Revelation, and Miraxus just blinked into the forest trying to find him. And yeah, definitely a big blow for Sync Esports. I mean, they are... Yeah, I mean, Silhouette, he still doesn't have that nullstone of his.
No.
It's going to be very difficult to recover from this, especially if M.R.R. gets that map vision up and going.
Yeah, Silhouette almost dead right there once again. It double damage Pebbles, but he is able to teleport out with the illusion, so good heads up by him at least. About to pause coming out right here, but yeah, still not even finishing the nullstone. Once he gets that though, Portal Key I'm sure next to line, but this does go back though. He went the Thunderclaw first. Very greedy item choice right there, and his GPM sure looking decent, but he is a little bit more fragile early on in the game, and that's dangerous against this Pebbles and whatnot here.
Yeah. And they don't have a Tempest canister when he hits that BKB.
Yep.
I mean, what do?
You hope that he doesn't get it.
Yeah, you hope that he fucks up.
You hope that he doesn't actually get all 5, or else it could be pretty epic.
I mean, you hope that he don't get... I mean, if he gets... I mean, even 2 heroes is more or less enough. I mean, if you get 2 heroes locked down... What just happened?
They found Time Pico, yeah.
Oh, but Kisador, his Portal Key is still on timing for another 4 seconds. Puppet is going to find him.
Yep, Voodoo Puppet. Is it up? It's not up, but it might not matter. He still should be able to get the skill.
Can he fisher his way down?
One more, yep. Now, he did not have Shockwave.
I mean, he had to fisher up, Behemoth, I think. So if he would have...
It was the cast. He tried to stop. The cast animation would have allowed it, I don't think. I was going to say Shockwave.
Yeah, but I figured, like, why not run into that trees, then use the fisher towards the Puppet Monster and... get yourself down the cliff. I mean, that should be possible.
Gotcha. You wanted him to Frosty right there?
Yeah.
Or F-beat or whatever we're calling it now.
FB himself down the cliff.
Anyways, top lane, top tower will fall right there. MRR, their biggest lead, not only of this game, but obviously the series here. Game 1 was whole sync. Game 2, looking good right now for Neo.MRR Esports, MRR.
Certainly does. They're going to give up this here 1 tower, I think. Moira is in position behind. Puppet Monster is actually going to be here as well. They're going to look to defend this.
Yep, stop. Arcane Vortex. Oh, doesn't catch him, though. Morax is able to Portal Key in time.
Oh, it missed everyone.
Yeah. That's the first Arcane Vortex we've seen, I think, too.
Yeah.
From Moira. But the tower is denied in the process. There's still a victory there for MRR. Granted, bottom tower goes down. Flens pushes it in, so... somewhere. Where are they going?
Up
top
to the
lane?
Top lane. The Elemental Void is still down for another 30 seconds.
Pebbles in trouble. Tempest. Yeah, I don't know what he's trying, man. He's, maybe that's what he's trying to go for the turn kill with Pebbles, but that's not going to happen.
The support is here, though.
Yeah, here comes that support. Puppet Master run again. Sync on the run the whole time. They got 1, they got 2. Nim 4 in the background. Not much more she could have done, so I guess that's what Tempest was doing. He knew he had the backup.
Yeah, the Thunderclaw for Silhouette is not paying off whatsoever in this game. I mean, he still doesn't have a PK. He cannot take part in these fights. He doesn't have the mobility to roam around.
Yeah. Shrunken Head is going to be finished on Tempest. And once again, to clarify, they do not have a stopper here on the Hellborn side. So.
Wait, he already got it?
Yeah, I mean, he has 1,700 gold, so he just needs a pattern, so.
Where did all that farm come from? I mean, this was a Tempest that was struggling in the forest, and now...
We were calling him out and everything, and for good reason. He was struggling, but yeah, all of a sudden he's 390 gold per minute, so...
Damn, I expected that BKB timing to hit later on into the game, but at a 23-minute mark...
Yeah.
He's got an Astro Mana Ring and the BKB. That's pretty good.
Absolutely is. Also pretty good. Portal Key on Moira. Fantastic item, of course, so... Good to see that here coming out for our Legion team in MRR. Madman's kind of been quiet. 0-7T, 3-2-5, 257 gold per minute though. So even he is doing, and now he has a Shrunken Head himself. So all these Shrunkens coming out here on our Legion side right now.
That they are. They are. I mean, that's so good for them as well. I mean, it's gonna negate all the magic damage from Behemoth. As we saw in game number 1, I mean, Behemoth more or less became a known factor when those kind of BKB timings hit. And look at Miraxus in the mid lane with the Puppet Monster. I don't think this is going to be enough.
Jeez, it's so much damage, but yeah, the Matrix helping to keep him alive right there. So good escape from Ike.
Where's the map control at right now? I'm gonna see MRR. They got 1 deep ward over here. They got 1 in the Hellborn Forest. But Sync Esports, I mean, look at those wards. I almost feel like they're a little bit too aggressive at this point. I feel like they should be more defensive.
Yeah. Thinking that, well, I mean, they do have Nim 4, so...
That's a good point, yeah. That might explain why Insane has placed those so offensively.
You see even N4, by the way, avoid Talisman pickup even to help against the threats here of the Puppet and the Madman. But
once again, I don't agree on that one.
No.
I feel like he's going to be in the back of the fight. And if someone from the Legion side actually focuses on N4, I mean, go ahead. It's an N4.
Yeah.
I mean, he's all about that ultimate anyway. He's not going to be much of a help in the team fight, especially now when the BKB timings roll up for the Legion team.
Flensmeister does get the portal key. Fantastic item, of course. You see the top lane. That's his illusion up here. Seeing what's going on, scouting out some information. Hellflower going to be in the works for Puppet Master, I'm guessing. Currently with a Steam Staff on him. Oh, there's a jump, but immediate reaction from Puppet. He's going to survive. Meanwhile, Glacius, not so lucky maybe. Madman chasing it down. Nice little juke there from Insania, but one more auto attack. There you go. So good chase there from 070.
Yeah, look at Flensmeister. Does he have a port? Yeah, he does. But he is, oh my, is that the real one? Yeah, it is.
They know he's here now.
Elemental, nah.
They did. Never mind. Dust, yeah, didn't see him. So he luckily gets away right there. That could have been really drastic.
Yeah, I actually think they would have catched him unless Tempest used that meteor of his.
Yeah, he didn't have gold either, so that would have been no buyback. I mean, that could have really snowballed out of control. So at least he stays alive and keeps Sync somewhat close right here. But I say somewhat pretty lightly. I mean, 11,000 goldie just about. And a 7,000 experience lead here for MRR once again. So, and you're talking about a team with both a Puppet and that Madman, who will be plenty of presence as this game picks up. And of course, hell, the whole lineup, frankly. Tempest is known obviously for going late game. You got Moira, one of the most effective late game supports in the game. And Pebble's not too shabby himself, so.
Yeah, and Tempest, when he hits the Restoration Stone, I think it's game over.
Yeah.
I really do. I don't think that there's a way back from that.
No, especially with the no Shrunken Head Stopper. Or
I mean,
no
it would be if they
Shrunken.
somehow found Tempest off guard every single time, or just keep snowballing with the silhouette, pushing the lanes, but MRR so far, they are not, or they haven't given Sync and Esports or like one single opportunity to use that Nephora seal. Or what's it called? The teleport.
Teleport ability, yeah. Middle lane, Silhouette. That's the real one kind of nearby. Yeah, I think so, but not going to engage anyways. So Conqueror is obviously up, but being on the Legion side, MRR not necessarily feeling very safe doing it.
Yeah, they should probably get a bound out before so they can clear the vision from Sync side around the Conqueror pit first. Otherwise, it's a little bit too risky. I mean, there's no point whatsoever for them to just take chances right now. Play it safe, and just when I'm saying that, there's going in. But actually, there's a DD on Puppet Master, so that kind of explains it.
That helps. Double damage Puppet, not only does it help go Conqueror, but if they do engage, obviously that's not something you want to see for Sync Esports. So
they are going to get one, if not two towers.
Yep.
For that token of life, though. So MMR, they really have to make something happen.
Oh, look at this catch here on a Moraxis, by the way. The Arcane Vortex comes out. Everyone TP's in.
The tower.
And they're going to kill Mickey. The tower does get killed, but they will get the hero kill, and they got the token of life.
But no, Silhouette is going to get a free one at the top. That was a mistake, actually.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Top tower going down. So, yeah, I see what you're saying. I mean,
they could have easily ported just 2-2. 2 to the top and 2 to the bottom or something.
Well, they probably wouldn't have, without the Arcane Vortex, I don't know if they would have actually caught a hero.
No, but they could have defended both of them because they killed Conqueror so damn fast.
Defended, oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, no, that is true. In the end, though, they commit to the bottom. Now, Silhouette's still going, but here we go with MRR. They're going to start pushing into the base. Token on Puppet, obviously.
Is this going to be successful? That is the question. Pebbles is actually taking quite a few tower hits. He needs to be careful. But who do you initiate on? Like, you have it to go on a Tempest. If you cannot catch the Tempest, you're going to get screwed in the teamfight. Simple as that.
Silhouette ported back, so the real one is in the base right now. They lose the tower. You see Flensmeister.
But so does the Legion team. I mean, they're going to lose the tower as well.
Yeah.
Or maybe not.
Oh, Pebbles missed the stun. Great portal key reaction from Mickey right there. And they'll keep at it. They will save the tower, though, because, yeah, the illusion no longer there, so.
They want to delay this as much as possible, by the way, because it's 30 seconds left until, or actually it's down to 20 now, that Silhouette illusion, the shadow.
Okay.
They want to wait for that before they take the team fight. But no BKB on Silhouette, so he's not going to be able to do too much in the team fights. He's going to be locked down. He's going for a very, very greedy build this game. I mean, not only the Final Claw, but also the Firebrand now.
Yeah, pretty squishy. 1400 life or so. on a Silhouette right here. Madman charging in. He doesn't have the token, so.
Look at Miraxis, by the way. He's looking to go in.
Yeah, got the stomp up, but here we go. Arcane Vortex Beam into the background, locking out Tempest. Will it be long enough? Tempest, the Shark ahead, the Elemental Void, and catches one. Down goes two. Miraxis with the Matrix. He's going to end up falling most likely. It goes up, but down he goes. Glacius now caught as well. Madman finishing him off him. Down goes Glacius. 4 kills happening. Hat trick for Punk Ping. And Silhouette, all they got was Moira out of it. Well, making Madman as well, maybe more. Buybacks happening. They want Puppet Master, damn it. They're going to get Puppet Master at least the first time. Token alive, can he get away? He's going to hold his ground. He has to fight, right?
I mean, Assassin's Shroud. Do they have any vision?
They don't? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. He's going to get away. Oh, no. Now, will they see him here? Behemoth is trying.
That was close.
But he knows he's here. There's the ult. He's going to get a kill. Punk Ping's going for the kill. 2 more auto attacks. He gets it.
Gonna get it. Wow, well
played. What a play from Punk Ping.
That was really well played by him. Does that first spell of his give vision on the target?
It seemed like it did right there.
Yeah, or was it the Word of Sight reaching all the way?
Yeah.
I guess it was the Word of Sight actually giving him the vision, but it seemed like Behemoth was around the corner. Because was like, I'm around the corner, why can you still hit me? How do you have vision on me? But
look at Sync. They're trying to fight. They're being sneaky right here. Yeah, they're going to go all the way around. They catch Pebbles. Pebbles goes down. More coming in, but too late.
Down.
Yeah, I couldn't help in time. So, well, 3 heroes running down here. And I mean, that caught them off guard. So, well played by Sync.
Yeah, Neo.MRR level 2 ultimate now, so can take 2 people with him.
Man, not having a Tempest stopper, I mean, that showed that last fight.
Yeah.
Just ran on up, got it on 3 heroes, and it's like, you have to deal with it. 4-second duration, you're pretty much stuck.
They had to use free buybacks that fight, and it didn't even come out on top.
Yeah, that's true. Puppet Master, a symbol of rage also coming. That's an interesting decision, by the way. He was going Arcana, or he did go Arcana into a Hellfire, you'd guess, but...
I think it's the right decision, because as long as he keeps or stays alive in the team fight, I mean, as long as Tempest Ultimate gets used, then they are going to win. He doesn't need to bring this, or like, he doesn't need to make this game all about like getting pickups with the Shroud and the Hellflower, shutting down people. He just needs to make it about the team fights. Because every single time that they got the Tempest Ultimate up, they are free to win a team fight. It's as simple as that, more or less. Unless Flames get a Savage Mace, but so far it doesn't seem like he's going for it.
That's true, yeah. Savage Mace will be their one and only choice in terms of stopping Tempest. But yeah, he's not going for it at least yet, and if he does, it's still going to be a while, because you figure at least Geometer's Bane could be finished before that. Up,
by the way, push once again, but Elemental Void is on cooldown, and I know for a fact that Sync always keeps track on when Tempest Ultimate is used, like the exact time.
30 seconds, though, so it's not the longest, but look at that. Top tower. Flintbite's just like, you guys better defend, or else your Rax is going down. What will they do?
I think
they want to counter push.
I think it's more than happy with a trade, though.
Yeah, oh, they are. I agree. And that's why I'm kind of confused why MR is doing this, but...
They are the ones in the lead. They should not be giving Sync Esports this.
Yeah. Flans, we talked about it. This is what he's done before in the past.
Look
and he's going to do it again. They stop the TPs. They stop the TPs, so he's going to get the Rax killed. In the background, Neo.MRR will go down, but this might come at a cost big time. Down goes Morax, or Morax is still alive, but he will fall shortly after Behemoth. He going down. He did buy back, by the way. The Rax is still up. Flesmeister now back in the fight, though. He jumps in with the Death Lotus. Madman taking some good damage, going to survive, but Puppet Master all alone. What is he doing up here? Similar rage! He's going to get it off! The Elemental Void! Behemoth caught! Silhouette in trouble! Silhouette will fall right there. He has a buyback. He needs to use it immediately. He does, but the melee Rax is down. Can he hold with just him and Glacius? I don't think so.
It shouldn't be possible, at least. I'm not entirely sure. Symbol of Rage is down. Can he pick up Pebbles or the Madman in the background? He's trying to bring Madman down, but the Illusions is not going to be enough.
Yeah, no, he's going to survive that. So Puppet Master, Similar Rage coming up in 5 seconds, by the way. So he will have it here. Silhouette kind of toying with him, and I think that will finally be the end.
I mean, maybe defend range racks, though. They're going to port in now, but it's too late.
Yeah, I mean, sure, MR won the fight at the end, but, you know, but man, Sync got a lot out of it, to be fair.
And they didn't even take the range tracks in a mid, by the way.
Yeah.
MRR, that is.
Sync did use a lot of buybacks, though. Behemoth and Moraxis are out of buybacks now. Flensmeister's lap, they're down to 1. So, yeah, I mean, MRR still is in a very good spot here, really. But I think Sync just got a lot more out of that than they could have, or than they should have, frankly, from MRR, so...
Oh, here comes the Neo.MRR teleport, by the way. They're going to port in. They're actually just going to use it for the pushing ability. And I guess that was the reason for why they drafted Neo.MRR in the first place. I didn't necessarily see this as a team that goes around getting pickups all the time. It was more about that silhouette, I think. They just wanted to go all in onto Flensmeister.
Oh, they killed the illusion off right there. It's always frustrating, too, when you can never truly tell if it's an illusion until it actually dies. And then and whether or not the text pops up if you killed a hero. So that's like, when it doesn't pop up, it's just so it's like, oh, really?
Yeah. Sometimes you're like, it's the illusion, and then it like pops up a text, and you're like, what?
Wait a second, that's the real, I guess he is a ninja after all, so keeping you guessing. Very deceptive here is Silhouette. So Silhouette, though, speaking of her, again, did finish the Geometer's Bane, but you think Savage Mace may be next in line, but even if he does do that, that means no Shrunken Head still. That means he will continue to be pretty squishy, honestly.
Yeah, and so far his impact in teamfights have been close to 0. He has not been able to do anything. He can jump in, but if he gets stunned, he's so squishy that he's gonna fall in a matter of seconds.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to go from here. I mean, I know that Geometer's Bane is a great pushing tool for obvious reasons, you know. Just use your ultimate and the illusions and send him on the tower, but yeah, he needs a big B to take part in team fights.
Middle lane, they are going to get the jump. I think they got the real one. Maybe? Yep, they did. Yeah, see, even we're not sure until the text actually pops up, but Flensmeister goes down. Nymphora was able to TP out, so yeah, they tried it once again to be sneaky. He doesn't have a buyback, by the way, 70 seconds. Oh, no.
That's if the Legion team realizes this and just goes all in, then they're gonna get another set of racks.
Element avoids up in 9 seconds. That could be game. I mean, if they're able to push in the racks right here and go even further, then this could be game if MRR breaks through, and they could. They are 5 versus 4 right now, not having to deal with the team's carry. Where's the damage gonna come from?
Yeah, no.
They don't have it.
They have 2 supports, 0 damage whatsoever, and seeing as they have got 4 BKBs on the Hellborn side or
Devils,
the side.
he's like, I'm going, baby. Nymphora, free kill. Oh, more so Glacius, but still, support.
Yeah, Sync is not sure what to do right now. It shows right there on Insane. His positioning was not very good. Getting picked off before the fight even started. And
yeah, that Flint's kill, I mean, again, that's very likely. They're not going to concede, I don't think, but they just lost a set of racks because Flensmeister died, pushed in the middle.
Yeah. MRR, they were playing this perfect. It was a little bit of a hiccup since the start. It was. I mean, they didn't go for Astro timing straight away on the Tempest. They wanted a PK instead. They didn't have any TPs at the 50-minute mark. Otherwise, they would have gotten a hat-trick. But other than that, I mean, they have been executing the draft to perfection. Madman did such a good job shutting down the Silhouette and the Glacius in the start. The 1 versus 2. So definitely heads up to him playing perfectly. She the one on the Pebbles as well. It turns out the Pebbles has been such a great pick versus Silhouette. And look in the mid lane, by the way.
Oh my gosh. Now, Pebbles ran into something right there. I wonder if he's going to pick up on that. But yeah, failed to right, you see right here, Behemoth trying to flank. So here we go. Silhouette. Tree grapples away. Behemoth. Oh, we got to jump first. Pebbles jumped in first. Case is going to fall. No buyback. What a reaction from Chitawan right there. Silhouette saying he's in trouble. That is the real one. No, maybe not. Anyways, he goes back. I hate that hero. Here we go, though, once again. Morax is jumping in. Arcane Vortex being used. Puppet Master. Shrunken Head on Tempest. There's the Elemental Void. He used it. I think those are illusions, so not the biggest necessarily.
I think Pebbles tried to shock in the Silhouette, but unfortunately he got stunned by the Nymphora seal.
Yeah. MRR, though, they're going to get racked. This could be Mega Creeps right here. And
Immortal,
and Immortal, by the way, on, Punk Bang. That kind of just passed us, but why not, right? Madman's in trouble, but I think MRR is going to secure this. We are going to a game number 3, ladies and gentlemen, here. Sync Esports versus Neolution Esports. MRR. Immortal for Punk Bang, playing the Puppet Master. We talked about that guy, man. He's one of the strongest carry players in the world right now. And Puppet and Silhouette, 2 of his top tier heroes. We've seen it now in both of these games, and he does it well. That Silhouette, though, I mean, Flensmeister tried.
He tried very well. Just as in game number 1, I mean, the Silhouette had a great impact, but they just didn't have the supporting cast in either of the games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. That didn't feel like a sync lineup. They didn't have an Astro hero like they had in game number 1. They had 2 supports that didn't use the teleport with Nymphora successfully. Like, they used it once, more or less, the entire game. That was like, no, they got 2 kills out of it. So it's just not worth it. And they went for really defensive items as well. I'm curious. I'm not sure what that happened or why.